Good Lord, all that rain. I'm going to have to put these shoes by the radiator in the bathroom when I get home.
It is summer, Lucy Bell. The radiator in the bathroom isn't turned on. What is this filthy place? Lousy clock. It has the wrong time. If it was that time, at that time the clock says, I'd be home writing up my cosmetic orders, getting them ready to mail in from my mail order beauty care business, you know. Who buys a clock made of lousy cardboard? It's going to get rained in all this rain. So people use a lousy cardboard clock? Why does an auto repair center sell cardboard clocks? Good thing I'm not selling my cosmetics door to door today. They would all wash right down the lousy drains. All those cosmetics right down the sewers. The storm drains.
Pick up the clock, Flossie, and put it back. It's not a clock anyway. It's there to tell the customers when Stanley, the repairman, will be back from lunch. The repairman who has been working on my Dodge Dart. Oh, where is my Dodge Dart? El Darto! Stanley? Maybe we should take a number.
Repairman, huh? Oh, maybe he'd like to buy some of my cosmetics. I'll bet he works here. He may need cosmetics. Ugly people work in places like this. I wish I had my sales kit with me, my valise. But you had to make me lock it up in the trunk of your Dodge Dart. Who's going to steal a cosmetic sales kit anyway? A valise.
Don't start, Flossie. Let's just get El Darto and get back home. Maybe Stanley has fixed that noise, that banging and thumping.
It's not easy selling from my sales catalog, Lucy Bell. I told you how hard it is. Times are hard for everyone.
Don't start with that silly cosmetics catalog again. This is a Dodge Dart repair center. They have no need for cosmetics. Let's just get El Darto back and... Oh, look! They have the morning newspaper here, the Poughkeepsie Press, with the TV listings. Ever since they moved Tattletales and Mike Douglas, I've not been able to find them anywhere on the dial, anytime. Anytime I'm home, that is.
I'd really like to put an advertisement in that morning newspaper. Cosmetics by Flossie Arena, all in swirly letters near the TV listings. Maybe a photograph of me holding my valise.
Your name is not Arena. It is Litsky. Flossie Litsky. Where is my Dodge Dart?
The once and soon to be Mrs. Arena. Mrs. Arnold Arena. Mrs. Arnold Arena.
Please, Flossie, don't start with Arnie again.
Well, we used to sit at his kitchen table, Arnie and me, and he'd read to me from his Reader's Digest in large type. He smelled so nice with his English leather cologne. He certainly kept the mosquitoes away. Oh, this lousy scarf is in a knot. Now, if Arnie were here, he would have untied it. So thoughtful he was.
You told me. Thoughtful and kind. But you didn't really know too much about him, did you? If you knew more about him, maybe he wouldn't have left town abruptly. Ha! Maybe Poughkeepsie ran out of English leather cologne. At the rate he was using it, I'm sure there was...
None of that mattered to me when he would read to me from the rules of Draw Sparky Contest, from his Reader's Digest in large type. It's as though I could see little Sparky right here in my heart. Arnie squinted just like little Sparky because of his eye problem. Arnie's not Sparky, but now Arnie's gone. He left so quickly.
Hmm. Maybe El Darto is out back in the rain. Then I won't have to get it washed. Flossie, you're eating candy. Where did you get that candy?
I found them in Mother's room. She's been away so long, it seems I didn't want the candy to go stale. Funny that Mother didn't take the candy with her. When she went to visit her sister Bedelia in Syracuse, it's been a few days.
Mother's leaving was unexpected. Bedelia had fallen and hurt herself. She's not young, Bedelia. We haven't seen her in so long, all alone on that cow farm. Hmm. I wish Mother would write or telephone. She's never been out of Poughkeepsie. I'm a little concerned.
Bedelia loves candy, so as I remember, she likes my cosmetics too. I should mail her a cosmetics catalog one day to Syracuse. Maybe I'll mail Arnie a cosmetic catalog too, just to make sure he hasn't forgotten about me. Maybe the post office is forwarding his mail to wherever he is now.
Don't start.
I have learned so much from him. Whenever I was with him, it was like I was attending Arnie U. Those beautiful 2 years. Arnie would have had the sense not to drag me out in this rain like you did this afternoon. Arnie wouldn't have brought me to some lousy Dodge Dart repair shop. Oh, Arnie, we were supposed to attend the July Poughkeepsie Lawn Disco together.
I have to get back to work. What time did that clock say? When the repairman would be back? Stanley, I think. Pick up the clock.
They don't.
I have to get back to work. What time did that clock say? When the repairman will be back? Stanley, I think. Pick up the clock.
I don't want to talk about Arnie anymore. It's so difficult. Everywhere I look, I see him. See, I just saw him in the mirror. I'm trying to untie this lousy scarf under the knot in the scarf that Arnie gave me, and I saw his face. I saw those squinty eyes.
Don't start on that again, Flossie. Is anyone going to wait on me? I only have 1 hour for lunch. I have to get back to Woolworth's and my register. My register is the busiest. Everyone wants their candy weighed. I have to get back to weighing and bagging candy. Oh, finally, Stanley. Is El Darto ready? I took a number. I have to get back to Woolworth's. Officer Delaney, what a surprise. I usually see you on the other side of my counter.
Lucy Bell, you may want to use that telephone on the wall and let Woolworths know that you won't be going back to work this afternoon.
Is it raining that badly? Oh, if Arnie were in town, I could have telephoned him and he would have come and pick us up. And you're not that ugly, Stanley.
Arnie didn't drive, Flossie. He could barely see 2 feet in front of him. What are you talking about, officer?
He would have come in a taxi cab or taken the crosstown bus from the other side of Poughkeepsie.
Never mind. Were you able to fix my Dodge Dart? Find out what that noise was, that banging and thumping?
Maybe it was my cosmetic sales kit in the trunk. My valise. I hope my samples aren't broken. Are they, Stanley?
It's a little more than that, Flossie. A little more.
I found out what the banging and thumping was.
Where is El Darto?
It's in a safe place for now, Lucibel. Up there on the lift. It's a crime scene.
A crime scene? But I have to get back to work.
All your job, tell them you're going to be pretty late getting back there. Maybe that old lady from the dress pattern department can take over for you. What's her name?
Betty Hooker. Her name is Betty Hooker. She was my music teacher in school. She gave everyone A flats.
No one in their right mind would buy a dress pattern in this wet weather. Why, it would be soaked by the time you got home, and since it is summer and the radiators aren't turned on, you could never dry it out. And before you know it, the July Poughkeepsie lawn disco has come and gone and left you behind because you were never able to make a new dress and wasted all these yards of pretty blue lightweight jersey knit polyester you bought. All because it was raining today.
Oh, shut up, Flossie.
Here's a dime for the telephone.
I'll unlock it for you. The telephone. You gotta keep it locked. Can't trust people these days.
I'll be right back. I never.
Well, I had better get going, officer. Could you give me a little lift back to my home on Beach Street, 130 Beach Street?
Miss Litsky, may I ask you a few questions?
Call me Flossie. That's what Arnie called me.
Arnie?
An old flame of mine, Arnold Arena. He wasn't good enough for me, so I had to let him go. Send him on his way. He just wasn't up to my lifestyle. Not much fun either. All he ever wanted to do was read the Reader's Digest in large type. I lead a very busy life, you know. I have a cosmetics business.
Yes, I know. I've seen you around town with your makeup case.
It's a police.
Flossie, when did you last see your mother?
My mother. What? Well, I don't know. I mean, when she went to visit her sister Bedelia in Syracuse. Maybe a few days ago. I don't remember. Maybe if you gave me a ride home in your squad car, I could remember a little bit better.
Did she ever get to Syracuse?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, the Greyhound bus goes to Syracuse. Mother must have been on the Greyhound bus, so she got to Syracuse. It makes perfect sense. And why would Bedelia tell us that Mother was not there? She'd fallen and hurt herself. Mother said so. She said it to us. Girls, Bedelia fall down, go boom. That's what she said.
So Bedelia telephoned your mother.
No, that's silly. How could she telephone if she had fallen and hurt herself? She lives alone in that cow farm. The nearest telephone is a mile away from her in Mayfield, the smallest town you ever did see. The post office is also the filling station, and the bank is also the dry cleaner.
Then she wrote to your mother. A letter?
Well, that's even sillier. Those cows on her farm can read and write better than she can. Plus, the closest post office is in Mayfield, a mile away. And just how did Mother know that Bedelia had fallen down and hurt herself? I may need my cosmetics, really, Belize, to figure it out.
Flossie, Bedelia passed away 2 years ago. It's all over Syracuse newspapers. She was a very wealthy woman.
What? I don't believe Bedelia gone? But how? I mean, it must have been those cows. Bedelia always said they looked at her strangely when she was milking them. They took revenge.
Well, that must have been the last straw. The manager at Woolworth's told me to report to the dress pattern department tomorrow morning. I bet they gave my job weighing candy and nuts to that Betty Hooker from the dress pattern department. I want my El Darto.
Lucy Bell, Aunt Bedelia is dead. The cows took revenge. They killed her, took her money, and are living the high life, munching on the best grass in Syracuse, content as cows.
Oh, shut up, Flossie. Mother is with Bedelia right now, nursing herself back to health. She fall down. Go boom. Remember?
That's not quite the case, Lucy Bell, and I think you know it.
Then where is Mother? Where is
Mother?
Then where is Mother?
For God's sake, Lucy Bell, can't you fess up to anything? I think that stale candy at Woolworth's has more gumption than you do.
Mother? Where are you?
Up here, Lucy Bell Litsky, you good-for-nothing half-wit.
I can't see you. Where?
Mother? Oh no, the cows got to Mother too, trampled in the afterlife by a herd of greedy cows. Curse you, bovines.
Flossie Litsky, you ninny, I am up here in the trunk of your cowardly sister's El Junco.
Oh, Mother, what on earth are you doing in there?
Is my valise all right up there? Every sample in place?
I don't know, Flossie. Here, take a look. Get me down.
Lucy Bell, Mother Litsky told me how she got in that trunk of yours.
She did? Now maybe she can tell me too.
My valise, it got scratched. Oh my goodness, what's this? Oh, the horrors.
What now, Flossie? This really isn't the time to... Oh, my.
Someone has been nibbling on my cosmetic samples, my lipsticks, my powders. How horrible. My cosmetics career is over.
If you think that's horrible, you should see the spare tire up here, not to mention my teeth. I'll have to soak them for a week to get the stains off. Get me out of this trunk. Down from here.
Lucy Bell, Mother Litsky said you locked her in the trunk and we're going to take her down to the Hudson River and drown her.
What? Why on earth would I want to do that?
Because you hate her and would do anything to get her out of your life. Well, that's what you always tell me.
I never said that.
You said it on the way over here. You said you hoped she would stay at Bedelia's farm forever and never come back. You didn't care how many times Bedelia had to fall down, go boom.
Just because I say something doesn't mean... Officer Delaney, I don't know how Mother got in the trunk. Why didn't she scream or yell? I would have heard her from the front seat.
Because I was bound and gagged. My best Arbor Day hanky stuffed in my mouth so I couldn't talk. I've kept that hanky for years and years. Now it's ruined, stained for life.
Bound and gagged? That's terrible. Lucy Bell, how could you? How could anyone nibble on my cosmetics if they were bound and gagged? How could they open my valise? I think you're lying, Mother. Lying about being bound and gagged. My valise doesn't lie.
Mother, you had better get down here right this instant. Stanley, lower that Dodge Dart. Harriet Litsky, I want a word with you.
I think you'd better do what she says, Stanley.
Yes, officer, and I'll lock the door so no one tries to escape.
Of all the silly things to ever happen, never in my life have I experienced such silliness.
I may have to stop by Woolworth's on the way home and get some white shoe polish. Look at the scuff marks on my valise. Maybe I'll stop by the candy counter and say hello to Betty Hooker. Care to join me, officer?
Shut up, Flossie, and stop flirting. You are shameless. All right, Mother. What were you doing in the trunk of El Darto?
What trunk? What cart? I'm feeling a little dizzy.
Cut the crap, Mother. What's going on? For God's sake, being around you is like being around a child, always getting into trouble. I don't have one younger sister. I have two younger sisters. You wonder why I spend so much time working at Woolworth's? To keep away from you two.
That's no way to talk to your mother, Lucy Bell. My apologies, Harriet.
I'd never talked to my mother that way.
Butt out, you two. Mother, what were you doing in the trunk of my Dodge Dart?
Could I really pass for your sister? Arnold always said oops, well, let's go home, dear. We'll laugh and forget about this all by dinner time.
Arnold? Arnie? Just hearing his name makes it feel like he's right here with me, reading to me from his Reader's Digest in large type. I can hear his voice, smell his English leather cologne.
I can't take another. Shut up, Flossie.
Listen to your sister, Flossie.
No, I can really smell his cologne. It's so strong, so close. Texaco motor oil and Dial soap. Jelly donut and cigarettes. You should try a little Dial soap too, officer. Roasted peanuts, candy apples, and oh, Lucy Bell, I'm sure it's cocktail hour somewhere. Mother, you smell just like Arnie's cologne, his English leather.
Mother?
Mother, has Arnie been reading to you from his Reader's Digest in large type?
Of course not. I can read my own Reader's Digest. Let's go home.
With my Dodge Dart.
Arnie? Arnie Arena? I know you're here. It's me, your lovely bride-to-be, the future Mrs. Flossie Arena. You've come back to me and my valise.
Harriet, you were right. Both your daughters are a little off. Now let's blow this joint and have a little fun. Hey, Flossie, baby, long time no see. Well, got to be moving on. I got places to be and people to be with. Still carrying that stupid suitcase with you, full of junk, I see.
In here. Place is locked. Officer, we have an intruder. Arrest him.
There is no need to arrest anyone. Arnold is here with me in the trunk.
I don't believe this.
I don't believe this either. Arnie, you came back for me.
Flossie, you ninny. He didn't come back for you. He's been here all the time with me.
In the trunk of my Dodge Dart?
If our plan had worked, you wouldn't have your junky old darto right now. We were planning on hoisting that pile of bolts and rubber and head up to Syracuse together. Bedelia left me her farm and her cows, left to me.
But you had to ruin it, Lucibel. A few days ago, Harriet and I were giving the back of the seat of your junker a little test run, and you came into the garage a little unexpectedly. So we pulled down the back seat and slipped into the trunk. Someday, I hope they invent a trunk that opens from the inside for special moments like this. 2 days we've been cooped up in there with nothing to do.
Oh, we had plenty of things to do.
Then I was right. You didn't visit Aunt Bedelia. See, Lucy Bell, I'm not so stupid after all.
No, Flossie, you really are pretty stupid. You see, I never told you where I was from, where I came from 2 years ago.
Arnold, no.
Let him talk, Harriet. We got to hear all sides.
Of the story.
You said you were a drifter, riding in the wind.
Yeah, I rode the wind all the way from Mayfield, upstate, where I found out 2 years ago that your Aunt Bedelia had kicked the can.
I thought the cows did that.
I worked at the filling station, which also served as the post office. One day I was sorting mail and I caught a glance at a letter from your Aunt Bedelia's lawyer saying that Harriet here.
Call me Hattie.
Can you just get to the point so I can get back to work before Betty Hooker takes over my job weighing candy and nuts?
I always thought you were a little thumb heavy on the scale, Lucibel. This may be a perfect career switch for Betty Hooker since she don't got no thumbs.
He used to be my music teacher over at the high school. Playing that zither for 30 years, she sure wreaked havoc on her thumbs. I hear she keeps them in a jar next to her cold cream on the windowsill in her kitchen.
Shut up! Never say thumb again. Can you all just focus on one thing at a time? Arnie, speak.
That Hattie here had left the farm, the house, the cows. She was rich. So I went over to the highway, stuck out my, sorry, Lucibel, thumb, and hitched all the way down here to Poughkeepsie.
All the time he was serenading you with his Reader's Digest, Flossie. He was really thinking about me. Why did you think I sent you out selling your cosmetics so often? So Arnold and I could be alone. And we would be alone together forever if we had only gotten away in your jalopy.
But you don't drive, Mother, and Arnold here can't see 2 feet in front of him. How are you going to get to Bedelia's farm?
You get behind the wheel of El Darto, put the pedal to the metal, Lucibel. There's some good money in it for you for your chauffeuring services. I think we got a few job openings at the Woolworths in Mayfield, which is also the fire station and the funeral parlor.
And leave Poughkeepsie? Hey, you got yourself a deal, Mr. Arena. You see, Officer Delaney, no crime has been committed. If you don't mind, Stanley, I'll just take my Dodge Dart now, if you please. We'll head back home, pick up a few things, and be on the farm by nighttime. Well, Flossie, goodbye. I'm sure one of these kind gentlemen will give you a lift home. Best of luck in your cosmetics career. Come on, Mother. Stanley?
No crime has been committed. I guess this is goodbye, Arnie. I'll think of you often. I could have been Mrs. Arnold Arena and swirly letters. But now I'm all alone.
Yeah, see you around town, Toots. Not. Hey, Hattie, where are you? I can't see too well, you know.
No crime has been committed, huh? Woo! Oh, Arnie, just one more thing before you go. Oh, look, Arnold Arena, fall down, go boom. You can take me home now, officer. After we stop by the Woolworths, I hear there's a job opening in the dress pattern department. Perhaps my name tag will be in swirly letters.